I've never been happy. I don't have any interests. I don't have any hobbies. I don't have any dreams, no wants. I don't have any goals in life.
Thank you very much for watching. Today I'll be reacting to the craziest stories I found on the internet. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments.
I've never been happy. That's the reality of it. It's like literally Friday. I'm in my senior year now. I have literally 4 months left. I just started a week ago and I had a whole breakdown because I was like, I cannot do this no more. Like, especially when I'm coming to the end of this, I really sat down and I was like, what do I want this degree for? What do I need this degree for? What would this degree do for me? And when I get out of college, will I even use this shit? No. It's kind of unhealthy because I started the school year off, freshman year, 140. You want to guess how much I weigh now? 111. My hairline was right here. And this is all just stress from being in school and like that being the only thing in my life. It was so hard the first day of school because the only thing you're doing is introducing yourself. And I would cry in my car and cry when I come home every day that week because I didn't know what to put. I just had to keep lying because I don't have any interests. I don't have any hobbies. I don't have any dreams, no wants. I don't have any goals in life because I don't have a life.
First of all, this sounds to me like you are experiencing burnout. Maybe you need a break, but quitting school to go start an OnlyFans? Girl, please let's think through this. You don't want to make a decision that you look back 10 years from now and you're going to regret it, because I highly doubt that's a decision you're not going to regret.
My life was going to school, being a good daughter. See, the thing is, I'm also a friend. I'm one friend. And that one friend is my roommate, who is also an OnlyFans model. And, it's fine when somebody else's child does it, but when your child does it, absolutely not. This is why I didn't tell her about literally anything I'm about to do. Because I can just see the reactions, right? My brother is going to be like, you're done for quitting when you're almost done. My sister's going to try to find some compromise because she's always on my side. And then you got my mom who's going to bite my head off. And then you got my stepdad who's just going to be like, no. I have been like on this path for so long. And I just finally looked down and I realized, oh my God, I'm standing on somebody else's road.
It just sounds to me that you have a good community of people that are telling you the truth. You're almost done. Be patient and graduate, and then see if that degree is going to be useful to you or not. Quitting school to become an OnlyFans model does not sound like a very smart decision. Your mother is telling you the truth. I just looked on Google and it says only about 10% of the OnlyFans models are making like most of the money on the platform. The competition is real there. Not because you join OnlyFans means you're going to make so much money. And I know that you see people that make so much money, millions in a year, but those are like the top 10%. And most people don't reach that level.
Right now, like I've been on this long ass journey for like what feels like a quarter of my life, more than half of my life, without no real destination in sight, and just going along with what literally anybody puts in front of me, and I'm not okay with that no more. So I definitely quit college. When I walked out that building, like I had noticed there was stuff at the university that I didn't even get a chance to see in the 5 years that I have been there. Because I was just so focused on getting to point A to point B. And so I actually stopped to smell the roses. I went to this little park on campus, and then I did like a kind of a bucket list of things to do before I drop out. And I just like went to like all the places and then took like a lot of pictures and then sent them to my bestie to just commemorate today. Because I've never felt this happy. When I walked in that building, it was like I finally felt like myself again. I felt free. And I wouldn't need to sit through a Taylor Swift class ever again.
You only had 4 months. So you're telling me that you're willing to throw away 4.5 years of work to be an OnlyFans model? No. You only had 4 months. Stick to it. Graduate, get your degree. And then you can see what you can do with that degree after you graduate. Honestly, I just don't think this is a decision you're not going to regret. I hope this is one of those schools that will allow you to come back and finish your degree at a later date. I think what you probably needed was to take a semester off or to take a year off school, not to go start an OnlyFans. The thing is that whether you are successful on OnlyFans or not, those things you post on those websites are going to be permanent, and you have to think about your future. If you want kids, do you want your kid to see you in that light, in the future when they grow up? Do you want them to be bullied because of the profession you choose? Because that's something that happens in real life though. What if this OnlyFans is not successful? Now you don't have a degree to fall back on and you have your intimate photos online. You might delete your account and you might delete all your videos and your photos from the internet, but it doesn't mean that some people have not saved it to their phone. It's going to exist somewhere forever. You know, you don't want to put things like that out there. What if you don't succeed and you have to find a 9 to 5 job? Do you want that kind of reputation? I just don't feel like this is a good decision though. And I think your mother and your stepfather are giving you really good advice. It might not sound like good advice right now because you are seeing what your roommate is making. But the reality is that that is really good advice. You don't want to quit school to start OnlyFans. I'm going to read some of the top comments. This person says to quit school 1 semester to go is crazy work. Exactly. We all know that college is not easy. I think like what she needed was a break, not to quit totally. This person says you were in your senior year and decided to leave. Exactly. Like she only had 4 more months. She has done the work for 4.5 years. You only have 4 more months to complete this whole degree. I feel like she'll have just been patient. This person says it's better to have it and not need it than to have it and need it. But mental sanity and quality of life is what's most important in life. Exactly. I know that your mental sanity is important. But what's 4 more months with all the investment you've already put into this, right? 4 more months doesn't sound like a lot. Also, if you graduate and you don't need your degree, at least you know you have a degree that you can always fall back on no matter what happens, right? I just feel like this is a decision that she's going to look back on and regret. But I just looked on Google and apparently you can go back and finish your degree even if you drop out. So I just hope that that's an option she'll consider later in the future. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments.